For this week's Preppin data, we've got a bit of a complicated problem to solve. So let's start off with those UK bank holidays data set. So here what we can see in the table is that we have the year and then the date where it's assigning everything as 2023 and what bank holiday it was. So then down here we get the 2023 days, so that's not quite so bad, but up here we clearly want these dates to be 2022. So something that I've done that is new in 2023.1 is that in the input step I've included the source row number. So that's going to allow us to use the fill down technique that we've used in previous challenges. So I'm just going to filter this data set so that it is just the values where we have values for the year field. And then I'm going to join it back to the original data set, saying that the source row number is greater than or equal to the source row number. So basically what we want is for any of those rows, so let's take a look at the first row for example, that is going to join on to the first row. Something more interesting is, say, when we get down to the 12th source row number, and then we see that we get both 2022 and 2023 joining on. So we need to fix that quickly so that we only have the relevant values there. So what we'll do, if I expand the changes here, we'll create a max LOD here. So looking at each source row number, which is the maximum of the other source row number, and filter that so that we only have one row for each. So what we'll see once we've made all those changes is that we now have a completed year field. So you may wonder why sometimes we have more bank holidays in one year than the other year. That is to do with things like the Queen dying, we got more bank holidays, and we also had the Platinum Jubilee that year as well. I'm sure that that's not too interesting though, really. Anyway, so then we're just sorting out these dates, so we're excluding those null values, and we're making sure that we create a new date where we ignore the year of the current date field, and we use the year from the year field, the month from that date, and the month from that and the date from that date as well to create our new field for bank holidays, and then remove all the unnecessary fields. So we should have 19 bank holidays there. Then if we look at our new customer information, then we've basically just got two fields here, one for the date and one for how many new customers we get. We're going to work out the day of the week, so we duplicate this date field, and then we use Tableau Prep's inbuilt functionality to say convert dates to day of the week. And we just do some renaming so that we know that. Then we join these two data sets together, making sure that we keep all of those dates that we get new customers on, as well as all the bank holidays. And then we're going to create our reporting day. So we define a reporting day as not a bank holiday and not a Saturday and not a Sunday. So we're saying if it starts with an S, the day, then it's not a reporting day. Else, if it's not a bank holiday, then it is a reporting day, and then otherwise it's not, because then it would be a bank holiday. That's the only thing left that it could be. So we get this yes/no flag here. Okay? And then what we basically want to do is we want to work out if it's not a reporting day, when is the next reporting day? So we're going to do some logic here. So we're filtering to just the days which are not reporting days. Then we're filtering to just the days that are reporting days, and we're joining those together. And we're saying that basically the reporting date has to be after the date which is not a reporting date. And we're joining on all values where that is true. So we're going to have to filter to the closest, so the minimum. So we need to do a level of detail calculation again, where we're taking the minimum reporting date for each date and then filtering that accordingly. And so we should be left with our 227 rows again, where now we know the next closest reporting day for each of those non-reporting days. And we're going to union this data with this other step here, which is basically the same as this one up here, but we're keeping some additional fields. So we're keeping all the information about those reporting days and how many new customers. So now we've got new customers and we've got the new customers on reporting days and the new customers on non-reporting days, and we basically just assign those new customers from non-reporting days onto reporting days. So we need to do a bit of aggregating next. So we just group by the reporting day and sum up those new customers. Then we can work out the reporting month, so that complicated logic where the last day of the month is actually the first day of the reporting month. Confusing, so we're just basically filtering this down, so we're doing a date trunk to the month level, and we're saying for each month we want the end date basically of that month. So up here, for example, January 2021, we want to know that sorry, that's not January, that is December, isn't it? December 2021, we want to know that the 31st of December was the last day of that month, and so on and so forth throughout our data set. So we're just finding the last day of each month, basically. And then we're assigning our reporting month to be, if it's before the last day, then it will be in that current month's reporting day, and we'll just take the year of that as well. Otherwise, it's going to be the next reporting month. So for example, the 31st of December will be the 1st of January. Okay, so that's how we work that out there. Whew. And we finally want to just work out, we're filtering out this January 2024. We haven't got into that part of our analysis yet, so we filtered that out. Then we want to know the reporting day. So we basically want to rank for each of our reporting months the reporting dates within those, so that we can get our one upwards in ascending order. And so that really highlights how some reporting months are longer than others, which is quite interesting. Now comes the part where we bring in the Republic of Ireland's data. So we have information here for their reporting month, their new customers, and the reporting date that comes in on. Okay, so we're just renaming all of these. So we go to the rename fields option, and we add in a prefix for that of ROI. And I'm not actually going to save that change because I've done that in the next step. I just wanted to show you that functionality, and that's how we get in the ROI reporting month and ROI new customers. We do one join initially with data where reporting date equals reporting date, and we're taking through all of those examples where the reporting dates are aligned, basically. So where both sides agree that it is indeed a reporting date that exists in that data set. And then these cases are where we do not agree. So where it is actually a bank holiday in the UK, but not in Ireland. And so we're bringing those through next. So we're taking a look at, these are just those that are bank holidays in the UK, but not bank holidays in Ireland. And we're joining those up with the reporting dates basically here. So we want to find out where the closest reporting date is again. So where is the next reporting date from what we've reported in Ireland on a bank holiday in the UK? So similar to the logic that we followed earlier, again we're filtering down to the closest one and unioning it back together. We have some null values for our new customers there, so we just make sure that they are 0, so that when we're summing them together they make the right numbers. And again, we're just grouping by the reporting month, the reporting day, the reporting date, and we're summing those new customers in both the UK and ROI, and we're taking the maximum ROI reporting month. So that just means that if we have any null reporting months, they come through as actually the value rather than the null. And then we're just creating that flag there of the misalignment. So we're saying we're checking the left 3 characters because this one is sept rather than September, and checking basically between these 2 months, are these the same? If so, if they're not, then assign an X, or if that ROI reporting month is null, then do an X as well. So what we basically have left is just those values where, for example, in October 2022 we had an issue where we had different reporting months in ROI in the UK. We have now updated it to be in line with the UK, but adds a flag for the future basically. Okay, so complex logic this week. Thanks for sticking with me, and thank you very much for watching.